The God Delusion. Why Richard Dawkins is right. Now, Richard Dawkins has written a book, The God Delusion. I haven't had the time to read like all of it, although I have taken some time to like look at the outline, as it were, in the in social media, and I also have been able to look at people respond to his book. Now, the little I know about the book is that it's detailed. It's trying to prove religion in general and Christianity in particular to be wrong. So the question is trying to prove is that, or the subject is trying to prove is that God is a delusion, maybe an imagination in people's mind. How true is that? Now, the word delusion to me carries three meanings. One is a grammatical one, where delusion would be just something that is imagined. That is what Dawkins is trying to prove, which of course he fails fatally or miserably to prove, either in the book or in any of the talks, YouTube videos I watched, or anything. He's not been able to prove anything to that effect. But he says God is a delusion, so it's something imagined, only existing in people's mind. The other meaning of delusion would be scientific. Now, science describes or defines or explains things in matter form. By matter, I mean matter is anything that has weight and occupies space. That includes air. So anything outside of that is a delusion. But it's interesting that, of course, Dawkins does not go that direction. The other meaning for delusion is what I would call circumstantial delusion. For example, expecting to live tomorrow, to be alive tomorrow, is a delusion. We go to school because we are deluded that we'll go through the process of school, of education, get a good certificate, and get a job. Now, everyone who goes through school is under some kind of delusion. So until they fail or pass, they are all deluded. So what happens is those who pass, now that delusion becomes a reality. Now it's not a delusion because they hoped, and that's the word. Delusion and hoping are related in this particular case. They hope to pass. So those who don't pass, those who don't do well, perform well, now it ends up that they were deluded. They were hoping to do well, they did not. So they were deluded that education will be something they will be able to get. Now they will not be able to get. So but they were deluded all along. And we are deluded most of the time. You may start a business, you're deluded that it will thrive. If it thrives, then your delusion becomes a reality. But it doesn't, then your delusion remains a delusion. So all I'm trying to say is delusion and hope or faith are synonymous. Delusion, hope, and faith are synonymous. And actually, delusion is what gives life to life. Delusion is what gives meaning to life. That's what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. I think Dawkins is right when he says that those who are religious are deluded. The Christians are deluded. And the only way we can prove, for example, that whether our delusion was right or wrong, whether our delusion is a reality, like for example, the Christian is looking forward to a time when this world will be folded up, and then he gets to live, or she gets to live in heaven with God. Now, if that time doesn't come, or until that time comes, the Christian is under delusion, and he or she is under no different delusion than the person who plans tomorrow, than the person who marries and hopes to raise a family, than the person who starts political campaigns, than the person who farms, goes to till the land and plants, and all of these things. We are deluded to some degree or other. So, is God a delusion? Yes, he is. And every one of us, all of us, are deluded to some point or other.